So you probably seen plenty of sponsored YouTube videos about this new case that just dropped, and this is the Okinos Aircross, and it's been all over YouTube, and I decided to go and spend the money myself to see if it's actually worth buying or not. Now, I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, so this is going to be truly an honest review of this case. This will be my first case review, so let me know down in the comments what you thought about it and what I can get better at. But I'm going to be building, testing attempts, and just see how easy it is to build in this case. Obviously going over the aesthetics of it as well, so let's get to it. Alright, so here's the case right outside the box, and it has the standard tempered glass and the mesh front. And here are two pre-installed 140mm fans here in the front for intake, and it does have room for a 360 AIO, that's if you want to put that in as well. Now once I get this box removed, you will see two pre-installed 120mm fans used for intake, and this will be great for cooling the GPU. Great design touch too, by the way. Once I open up the box that I just took out, there is a 140mm fan here that you can put in the case as the exhaust in the back, towards the back of the case. Now here is the back panel offer. You can see the cable management opportunities. It comes with plenty of zip ties, even some SSD bays you can put in there as well. You see at the bottom it has a bunch of space here. This side here is for the power supply. But an interesting part about this case is this power connection here that I've actually never used before on any case that I've had before. It's pretty decent design, and it connects here to the back. The only thing is you won't be able to touch the on and off switch on the actual power supply. But here is the front panel here at the top, or the top panel I should say. Here's a reset switch, and it has a couple USB ports and a Type-C port. And if you're wondering where the power button is, it's right here next to the wood finish, the walnut panel. Pretty decent design. I actually like the way that looks a lot. Now this case is pretty toolless. As you see, I'm about to pop off the top panel. Every panel comes off pretty easily. No tools really required. The front, the back, or the top panel all pop off pretty easily. So that's actually a nice touch and easy to do. Here is the mesh front that pops off pretty easily too, so you can replace those fans as well, or even clean them. That's a pretty great touch. I like that a lot actually. Now as for the parts going into this build, this is the MSI Mag B550 Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi, and I was able to get a pretty decent deal on it from eBay. As far as the RAM, we're gonna get two 8-stick gigs of RAM with DDR4 clocked at 3600 megahertz. And for the power supply that's going to be giving us the juice is this Thermaltake Smart 700 watt PSU. And officially the brains behind this computer is the Ryzen 5 5600X. I'm not too sure if you guys can see that, but it is the 5600X. And for our storage, we're going to take this 1TB PNY and go ahead and plug that bad boy in. And I'm using a new CPU cooler. It's from Up Here. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. And for the graphics card is this 2080 Ti. Comes with 11 gigs of VRAM, so it should still play games at 1440p. And it has 3 PCIe slots, which is, I haven't seen that in a while. So the first game I decided to test after completely building the PC is Fortnite. And as I'm dropping into Lonely Lodge, as you can see, I'm getting around 150 frames per second. This is in 1440p with high settings. And the GPU staying around the mid 60s degrees Celsius, and the CPU is around 52 degrees Celsius, as I get absolutely destroyed here in this crate. I suck at this game. But the next game I decided to test is some Call of Duty Warzone. And I am thinking about getting Black Ops 7. Let me know down in the comments if I should go ahead and get that or not. But this game kind of fluctuated here with frame rates, and I was in 1440p extreme settings, and it's getting around 70 to 80 frames per second while I was landing. And throughout the game, it's getting me around high 90s to even 100. So this game is running pretty well with this 2080 Ti, and the temps are looking good. GPU's around 65, CPU's around 55. And the last game I decided to test is Cyberpunk, and I had the ray tracing set to medium, custom settings, and it's giving me around 60 frames per second, right at 58. And the temps were pretty good as well, 66 for GPU and 55 for CPU. And the very last thing I decided to do was stress out the computer entirely by running OCCT for the CPU and the RAM, and running FurMark for the GPU. And it ran pretty stable for over an hour. The GPU stayed around 68 degrees Celsius. So now that I'm done building this PC, I can finally give you my honest review. And my review on it is I highly recommend it. This case comes with a lot for the price tag at 79 bucks. It is very easy to build in, easy to cable manage. The airflow is amazing, and it comes with 5 fans. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It gives me my first all black look if you're into that. If you do want RGB fans, you're going to have to order that separately, and that's probably the only knock to this case. But besides that, this case is highly recommended, and it will be used again. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to use this case, if you like this case, or if you don't like this case. Let me know.